And we are live. I'm still waiting on Litecoin to hit that new all-time high. I think it's happening this year for sure, and possibly even within the next month if we do break past this major resistance moon level that I have right here. Litecoin is one of those top solid cryptos that have been around for a while, but it still haven't broken out past all-time high in this current bull run, which is giving it even more momentum for a bigger breakout. Similar to what happened with Ethereum when Ethereum broke past all-time high. And Litecoin has been a leading indicator for Bitcoin. So with Litecoin heading up to test that 240 level, we can also see Bitcoin head up towards 45,000. So if we do head up to test that level, and make this resistance become weaker and then continue on towards the upside, I'm expecting $500 later on this year for Litecoin. But let's talk about what I'm looking for in the next few weeks. It's good to see you again. My name is John, @RealJohnDoe on Twitter is where you can find me for those of you who are new to the channel. So we're just about to reach the end of May, and I think it's time for another Litecoin update. And looking at Litecoin's chart, the price is really holding back for that breakout past all-time high. I'm going to give you guys an update on the usual things, support, resistance levels, the sentiment right now, which did shift from that big drop that we just had. And then also I'll talk about news a little bit, and then we will jump into the platform, and I'll give you a bullish outlook on the price and a bearish outlook on the price. Here we go. And as we jump into today's video, you guys have been great showing all that love to the channel, whether that's a like or a comment or subscribe. And I got word from our team that we are one of the fastest growing crypto channels right now on YouTube. And that's all thanks to you guys watching right now. Make sure you are subscribed if you are new to the channel here, because as you can see, we stay consistent giving you guys updates on the top cryptos. And if everybody right now watching, take 2 seconds to hit that thumbs up button and like this video. It really helps out the channel. Let's keep on pushing. And as you can see, the channel itself is actually testing that 20,000 subscribers resistance level. Let's see if we can break out. As for the trader's sentiment for Litecoin, the first thing we will talk about here on Currency.com, it does show 90% buyers, 10% sellers. Price is breaking out, heading up to test $200, showing that bulls are in control right now, coming back after that pretty deep correction that we just had over the weekend. Now for support levels for Litecoin, support number one I'm looking at is right at around $170, and that is a 200-day moving average. And then we got to watch $140, and that is the lows for May, where the price did crash right down to this past week. Looks like we're getting a bounce now, but if that level does come down and break past, then the last support level I'm looking at is right at around $120 for Litecoin, and that is pretty much the yearly support level. But if this bounce that we have right now does continue up, $200 is the next level to look at as resistance. That was the open for April. And then the next level that I see that's really important is 240. This was the February highs, the previous yearly highs, and it's also right around that 50-day moving average and that 21-day moving average. But if price does make it past that level, then I'm looking at $320. If Litecoin does head up to test that, then we're most likely heading up to test those yearly high levels and then right past all-time high for Litecoin. And if you guys do follow this channel, you know me, I will keep you guys updated as we head up to that price level. So it's been a while since we talked about the new upgrade coming to Litecoin. Take a look at this. On the Litecoin Twitter account, they did make a tweet and said, that feeling when you learn what MWeb really is, which is the Mimblewimble upgrade. MWeb is set to be the largest upgrade to Litecoin network ever. And you never know, maybe Litecoin's price is getting dragged down right now, waiting on his upgrade to come. But as you can see, the roadmap right here, as of March 15, 2021, the code has been completed, and the actual release date for the Mimblewimble upgrade for Litecoin is in August of 2021. So my guess is we should see Litecoin push towards all-time high if this news stays bullish for Litecoin. And it looks like at the end of the year, there's even more things to come. 2021 should be a pretty good year for Litecoin. And there are quite a bit of analysts predicting $500 later this year for Litecoin. And I think it'll push even higher than that. But first, let's talk about the current levels we are at right now, because what happens here will determine if Litecoin does head up towards 500 and beyond, or if Litecoin gets a rejection here and heads down below that 200-day moving average. So May was not very good for Litecoin. As you can see, the price opened up right about here at about 265. We did have a push towards all-time high for about a 55% run, but and then a pretty deep correction down to that major yearly support level at about 120. And from that yearly high level, that was about a 70% correction, all within about 2 weeks. But the good thing is crypto is known to have pretty deep corrections. That was probably one of Litecoin's biggest corrections ever. And if you look at where price did start to find support at right here on this 200-day moving average, it is indicating a possible reset to this uptrend. And look at that, we have an even higher floor. So there should be quite a bit of momentum to take on each of these resistance levels. And if we do compare back to September when we had that previous run, September of 2020, and Litecoin did make that new high, and then a pretty deep correction down to that 200-day moving average, about 40%. As you can see, the price did find a floor there, consolidated, and then a breakout, sending Litecoin above that 200, the 50, and the 21-day moving average on a massive run to the current levels we are at right now. And looking here at the chart, the last time Litecoin was trading around that 200-day moving average was back in September, October, and price did go on about an 800% run. So let's say we have something even half of what happened, and Litecoin goes on a 400% run from this 200-day moving average. If we do bounce from here, then I'm expecting to see Litecoin way up towards $750 to $1,000 later on this year. But that's only if the bull market does continue for the cryptos. And I'm expecting June to be an even better month than what we had in April and May, giving us at least a test of this 370 level. So let me show you what my bullish and bearish scenarios are. So on the bullish side for Litecoin going into June, I see price staying above that 200-day moving average, potentially going down to test the lows, but having higher lows and eventually testing this major resistance at about 240. That could even happen sooner than June. And we could have that happen as we head into the end of May. And if Litecoin does have a rejection at this major resistance, as long as we get a higher low, then I'm expecting price to break past the 240 level, which indicates a nice big reversal to come towards pushing towards that $370 level. And since we are pretty much at the floor right now for the year and for the trend, pretty much anything above this current level, above 180, and no daily close below 150, then I am going to remain bullish on Litecoin and look at 240 as a price target. And after that, this $300 level. And then after that, I'm looking at this $370 level for the bulls. And the indicator sentiment right now, let's see if that does agree with me. That RSI, you can see we did touch the oversold 30 level, and we are getting a higher low and an uptrend possibly forming in the RSI. Price is as well sitting at support, which is good. And also the MACD is looking like it has bottomed here and is starting to squeeze closer together, potentially getting that bullish crossover and finally trade above that zero line as price approaches that 240 resistance. So right now the indicator sentiment is leaning towards the bullish side and things are looking a little bit oversold, while price is sitting right along that 200-day moving average. And that is pretty much the trend line in the long term. And we could have things quickly turn bearish on us, so we got to always stay alert from that. The RSI could also make a lower high and head back down into the oversold range and continue trading in the oversold range. And same with the MACD, could reject the bullish crossover and head back down below that zero line and trend below that zero line. And if that does happen, we would see something like this happen with the price, a rejection of that 240 resistance level, head back down, double bottom, and that breaks, and price continues heading towards that 120 level, which is that major yearly support, and then possibly even $100 later on for Litecoin. And this is the bearish scenario I see happening right now. Since we are at support, pretty much one of the final lines for the bulls, I don't expect a push up here as a bearish signal or even a buy the dip opportunity. You could look for another one here at about 150, but these current levels right now are possibly even the buy the dip opportunity, because price could have bottomed out here and is looking for a reversal to continue on with the trend. But I think as we get closer on to the Mimblewimble update, price will continue trending upwards, and it most likely could be a sell the news event. But as long as price is above this final target of 370, as we approach that update later on this summer, I'll be happy with that, because that won't make us too far from $500 and beyond later on this year for Litecoin. But if we are somewhere down here below this 200-day moving average later on in the year as the update comes, then that won't be looking good for us to approach $500. I hope you enjoyed this video and my outlook on Litecoin. Leave your comments below. Let me know your overall feedback on this video. And also, I want to hear what your bullish and bearish outlooks are for Litecoin in the upcoming weeks. I'll check through all the comments. Good luck where you're trading, and thanks for watching this video all the way through right here to the end. You can find me on Twitter at RealJohnDoe, and feel free to reach out, and I'll see you next time. For more trading videos just like this, please subscribe to our channel.